What is going on, Panther Nation, Pantherologists? Welcome to today's episode. I got a good one for you. I just wanted to get away from speaking on all the roster moves, all the cuts, all that stuff. I really wanted to come in here today and really speak upon the NFC South. I want to give some predictions. Then I'm going to break down the Carolina Panthers also in this prediction, and I'm going to break down this upcoming season. So make sure you pound that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. And also check out the Discord link. I will put that in the comment section here shortly. And also, go check me out on any of my social media. I'm very active on all three of those. And then also check out betusa.com. That is the sponsorship of today's video. If you're a betting degenerate like myself, you get 125% bonus on your first sign up. So go check it out, guys. Just make sure, though, if you do anything, just do these three things. So, yeah, appreciate everyone joining. Get in the comments section, chat amongst yourself. Let me know where you're from, who your team is. If we do have other teams in here like the Atlanta Falcons, Saints, Tampa Bay, because that's who we're going to be talking about as well. And then obviously, then we're going to dive into our Carolina Panthers here. I survived the hurricane. The sun is out in Myrtle Beach right now, which is crazy right now. I thought that this storm was going to be a lot worse. So anyways, let's get right into it. All right, NFC South predictions. Okay. So obviously, we are going to be diving into that today. We've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to be diving into that. We got the Saints. We're going to be diving into that. We got the Falcons. We're going to be analyzing them. Then we're going to be, of course, analyzing our own team over here. So let's get right into it. So the first things first, floor of the Saints. I see their floor being about 7-10. Okay. I see their ceiling about 11-6, and I predict that they will be 10-7. Okay. The New Orleans Saints have shown glimpses of promise this preseason so far. I've been keeping a close eye on them. Okay. Derek Carr's look sharp. Alvin Kamara is still explosive in the receiving game. Michael Thomas is back on the field, so we'll see if he has digressed or has made progress and is kind of getting back to his old self, right? So while that might be encouraging to Saints fans, it's important for us to remember, though, that it's still preseason, okay? The Saints have, it was preseason, okay? Not is preseason, sorry. But the Saints boast one of the most, I still think they still have a solid roster, all right? They appear to be a safe bet when it comes to the NFC South. They're definitely the favorite in my opinion. Their offensive line provides protection very well for Derek Carr, which is going to pave them the way for them to have a really strong run game. Cameron Jordan is still building a Hall of Fame worthy career. And for the first time in his career, Derek Carr has a potential top 20 defense. All right. If you go look at the Raiders defense when Derek Carr was there, even though in his stat line is not terrible, but if you go look at the Raiders defense from when Derek Carr got his first start there till when he left, they never have made it above. They haven't been top 25, not once. Okay. All right. So despite these factors, it's challenging, though, to fully trust a team that finished 7-10 last year and upgrade their quarterback position only marginally, in my opinion. So that's why I have them at their floor is a 7-10 again, obviously ceiling 11-6. But my prediction is I think they're going to go 10-7. I do. I really do. I think they're going to go 10-7. And that's my analysis on the Saints. All right. Let's move on to the Falcons. Okay. Let's move on to the Falcons. Okay. So, under the guidance of Arthur Smith, the Falcons seem to be adopting this like Tennessee lifestyle, or I guess this Tennessee life, I guess you could say, or light, whatever. All right. Approach, emphasizing a run heavy offense led by Bijan Robinson. And then, of course, they're going to have quarterback Desmond Ridder. Okay. They also have the weapons like Kyle Pitts, Drake London in the passing game. All right. This offensive strategy to me is a little intriguing, right? The Falcons have also retained some key offensive linemen, ensuring, a consistent upfront presence, right? Defensively, they made several veteran upgrades, potentially transforming into a top half defense. That's soon to be seen. Okay. Now, the combination of a potent offense and an improved defense, along with one of the easiest schedules in the NFL, if not the easiest, positions the Falcons as a team to be a potential surprise. I will admit that. Okay. I'm coming to this I'm being as logical and reasonable as possible here. Okay. I am not coming in here to say that the Carolina Panthers are going to run away with the NFC South. Okay. That if you expect me to come, even though I'm a Panthers fan, I'm just a true Panthers fan. I'm a true realistic. Like, I'm putting this into a perspective that makes sense. All right. At least in my mind. Some of you might not. Okay. I think that they could be better than what I'm showing here, right? I think their floor is 5-12. Their ceiling is 8-9. They could end up being that 8-9, right? But my prediction is that they're going to go 6-11. I don't trust Desmond Ridder for them. I really don't, at least from that aspect of things. But if they're going to take that Tennessee, approach like they've done, what Tennessee has done in the past with Derrick Henry, and they're going to do the same thing in Atlanta with Bijan Robinson, I still don't trust Desmond Ridder from a quarterback standpoint. Defensively, yeah, they got better. They got Jesse Bates, but they brought in old veterans that are on their way out. So I can't really say that that's going to really bolster up their defense, okay? But I think that they could surprise some people and maybe even surprise myself, all right? Guys, if you're just joining in, feel free to get in the comment section. Let me know where you're from, who your team is, because I know that some Atlanta fans or Saints fans or Tampa Bay fans could be in here. All right. If not, then and you're a follower of mine, subscriber of mine, then I appreciate you showing support. Feel free to get in the comment section. Let me know y'all's thoughts and thoughts on each and every one of these teams. Okay. Love to hear it. So feel free to get in the comment section. All right. But so I went over the Saints. Now we went over the Falcons. So let's move on to Tampa Bay. All right. So Tampa Bay, they're going to be facing. This is going to be a Buccaneers team that's going to be facing a lot of skepticism this season. All right. It's hard for me to ignore the doubts, and you and other people in Tampa Bay cannot ignore them either. Okay. There are some questionable decisions like Todd Bowles, fourth down punting with Tom Brady last year, which is still lingering, I think. Now that they have Baker Mayfield as their quarterback, concerns about depth become more apparent after, Russell Gage's injury. Additionally, if the offensive line struggles, Mayfield could face considerable pressure, which he has seen that. We saw that last year and how he played when he was with us. When he was getting pressured, and obviously he had more balls deflected than, a basketball game. So defensively, there are positives, though. I will say that from the Tampa Bay standpoint. The offseason rumblings of Devin White's trade demands, this offseason was some concerns. I mean, it had to be some concerns for Tampa Bay, right? So the Bucks might face some challenges this season. If it doesn't start well, um, I just see that their floor is 3-4, their ceiling 7-10. I'm going to predict they go 5-12. All right, I just don't see them progressing uh, with Baker Mayfield. I just don't. And they're going to be their salary cap is going to be taking a huge hit because they went so far all in on the years that Tom Brady was there to build a Super Bowl team, and try to win, more than one championship, right? So, all right, so let's go into the Panthers. Okay. All right, so let's analyze this. And we're going to analyze this from a standpoint of schedule, but other things. Okay. Among other things, we're going to analyze our team. Okay. So, under the guidance, under the guidance of Frank Wright, right? The Panthers they made significant upgrade, right? Getting Bryce Young. Okay. Young's early performance has been impressive, in my opinion, showcasing maturity, leadership, solid fundamentals, in my opinion. However, there are some concerns that have risen with me, and that is about his protection at the end of the day. He has faced multiple sacks and a limited preseason action. Okay. It remains to be seen if this is due to the competition they face or is it a genuine issue for Carolina. Okay. Defensively, the Panthers have the talent to be a top half team in the league, and their coaching staff upgrade is definitely noteworthy. Okay. All right. So, despite the questions surrounding Young's protection, I have hopes for Carolina, and they look to me, the Panthers look very intriguing, and I think they could be the choice to win this division. I know that I said in the past with my final record prediction that I felt that we were going to win this division in 10-7, but I'm going to take myself out of that situation and that mindset again, because I kind of feel like I got ahead of myself. And now I'm putting it where, as you can see, the floor, the ceilings, and all that. I see this floor of our team is definitely 6-11. The ceiling is definitely 10-7. And I'm predicting 9-8. So how does Carolina go 9-8? Well, let's get right into that. Here's the schedule. Okay. We're going to go through this. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to go through this and we're going to dive into predicting each and every one of these games. Sorry. We're going to dive deep in. We're going to dive into each and every one of these games on the schedule. Okay. All right. Keep in mind though, these predictions are based on historical performance, off-season changes. Real events can sway outcomes significantly. Okay, guys. So we got Atlanta Falcons. So we kick it off right there on the new era on the road against the Falcons. Now, to me, this is a formidable challenge considering the Falcons' reputation as an elite rushing team. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I think the Panthers are going to stumble in this debut. Okay. I think they're going to lose to the Falcons. I'm predicting a score of like 23-16, right? Something like that along the lines. 23-16, 24-17, something like that. This loss is going to set the Panthers right there 0-1. Okay. Right. Week 1 struggles continue as we remain winless. Okay. Also, Panthers versus New Orleans Monday night. I will be at that game. All right. Now, the Panthers are far better in their home openers against New Orleans Saints on Monday night, because remembering their dominant performance against the Saints last season, the Panthers, I think, will secure a victory here. So I think they win this game. They're 1-1. They win the game 24-13, something like that. I think the Saints defense weakened by the offseason losses, even though they still have a formidable, I would say at least, like I said, top 25 defense. I think that they're better than that, but I just think that we're going to be better that night. I predict that we go 1-1 because you can't start off, 0-2 going into our schedule. You just can't. Okay. So I think that the Saints can't contain the Panthers. We improved to 1-1 there. And it's under Bryce Young's leadership. Okay. Now the Panthers versus Seattle. Okay. It's a rematch with Seattle, which awaits in week 3. The Panthers, I think, emerge victorious again here, edging out the Saints 27-24. A potent rushing game bolstered by free agent Miles Sanders propels the Panthers in this game. I think that Young's passing threat opens up opportunities for the run game, leading to another win. And the Panthers record stands now at 2-1 going through week 3. Okay. So then you look at the Minnesota Vikings and you face the Vikings in week 4. Okay. And unfortunately, I think the Vikings quick striking offense with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson proves a little bit too much for the Panthers to handle. We're a missing starting guard, a fierce Vikings pass rush contribute to this narrow loss. And I say we lose this game like 24-20, something like that. So we're 2-2 going into week 5 against the Detroit Lions. Now, while they dominated the Lions last season, right? We dominated them last season. The game proves to be a hard-fought battle. And the Panthers secure, I think, a victory here, 30-24 on the road, relying on their strong run game, which we did last year, which despite the challenges, we improved through 3-2. Now it gets tricky. The Miami Dolphins, okay? You're facing Miami in Miami, known for their dynamic wide receiver duo in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. We're going to struggle on the road against these guys, all right? The Dolphins have an explosive offense as long as Tua stays healthy, and it just, we lose this game, and I think it's by a fair margin. I think that the Dolphins will beat us like 33-17. All right, so we're 3-3 going into the bye week. Okay, so then in week 8, okay, and then in week 8, you got the Houston Texans. So it's the matchup of the rookies, quarterbacks, right? Now the Panthers have the upper hand against the Houston Texans. So with a better roster and a work in progress Texans offensive line, I think that we kind of cruise through this victory. We went 24-14, something like that. And now we stand 4-3. All right. Now, as we move on to week 9, another quarterback rookie showdown. Okay. This time against the Indianapolis Colts. All right. It works in the Panthers' favor because I think they'll win this game like 27-14 in a game that serves a revenge for Frank Reich because he got fired by the Colts. The Colts' challenges include a contract dispute with star running back Jonathan Taylor. So I think this is going to lead to a Panthers victory, and we will improve to 5-3, moving on to week 10 against the Chicago Bears. Now, facing the Chicago Bears, okay, on a Thursday night game. All right, I think the Panthers extend their winning streak to 3 games, despite trading DJ Moore to the Bears. The Bears remain a work in progress, and I think the Panthers emerge with a score of 24-21. I think Young's performance and a motivated Moore, even though Moore's, going to contribute to the game, I just think that Young's performance is going to, win this game for them and move on to 6-3. Okay. So we're 6-3 by week 10. Okay. We're 6-3 by week 10. So then we face the Dallas Cowboys. All right. A strong defense, talented offense. I think the Cowboys proved to be just too much for us. Okay. I see them kind of running away with this game like 34-14, and we drop that game. And we're 6-4 but going into week 12. Okay. So then you got Tennessee Titans. All right. I think, the Panthers are going to face a team that's just consistent. week in and week out. The Titans are the same thing that kind of like what the Atlanta Falcons are doing. Right? They've got Derrick Henry leading a potent rushing attack. I think the Titans will win this game again. I think the Titans win this game. It'll be 21-17. It'll be close, but I just think that we've been very difficult against teams that are very good with running the football. So, that's why I picked Atlanta to beat us week 1. That's why in week 12, I'm picking the Titans to win here. Okay. So we're 6-5 going to Tampa Bay. Now you're facing a transitioning Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like I was saying earlier. Okay. A team after Tom Brady's retirement. I think the Panthers pull off a late victory with a score of like 20-9, despite a competitive game. The Panthers secure their 7th win of the season. So with Bryce, showcasing his potential, he just continues to get better as the season has gone on. So I predict that we get the win there. So we're 7-5 going into the New Orleans Saints week 14. I think this is going to be another classic low-scoring matchup against the Saints. I think the Panthers suffer a narrow defeat here, like something like 17-14. This game splits the season series, but leaves us, the Panthers, with a record of 7-6. All right. Week 15, okay, Panthers versus Atlanta. Back on our home turf. As always, the Panthers have to, be better at handling the Falcons' rush and attack to secure, a victory here. And I think they do. I think Young's performance outshines Desmond Ridder. I think brings the Panthers closer to the NFC South. So the record right now is 8-6, and we're going to week 16 against the Packers. Okay. And this is on Christmas Eve, and the Panthers face Green Bay. Now, although Young's performs well, I think the Packers' formidable lines really stifle the Panthers. I think resulting in a 27-20 loss here. I think we actually end up losing. I think maybe Love is going to be better than a lot of people think. So I think we lose this game due to the fact that the Packers just beat us in the trenches. And we're 8-7 going into week 17 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're going to be a tough team to beat this year. They've got the easiest schedule. Trevor Lawrence could end up being a top 5 quarterback at the end of the year. They get Calvin Ridley. Sorry, good Lord. So I think that the Jaguars week 17 are really going to expose some of the Carolina Panthers depth issues on the defense, unless that changes till the season starts, or if there's something that happens midseason, right? But despite Young's impressive performance, I still think that we lose this game. I think that we fall to them 30-24, leaving our record at 8-8. So then this is where it gets interesting. We're 8-8, and with a game potential, playoff berth on the line here against the Buccaneers. I think we put a well-rounded performance to end the season. I think our defense shines here. I think Young secures the Panthers' first winning record since 2017, and I think we go 9-8. It's going to be an interesting journey this season. I think the Carolina Panthers will finish 9-8. Like I was showing you earlier, I think there's a promising future here under Bryce Young. So that is my record prediction. So 9-8, and that's why I put it over here. So as we go through, I'm going to do just a quick overview. The floor of the Saints, 7-10, ceiling 11-6. All right. And I predict they go 10-7. Floor for the Falcons, I got them at 5-12, ceiling 8-9, but I predict they go 6-11. I just think Desmond Ridder is not going to get it done for them. I just don't. I don't think you can rely on Bijan Robinson. I don't think you can go that style of play like Tennessee does, even with a rookie, even if Bijan is anywhere close to Derrick Henry. I just don't see their defense even being much better, even though they brought in some guys. But the problem is their defense was all veterans that are guys that are almost on their way out, besides Jesse Bates. And I think AJ Terrell is a great corner, but I mean, other than that, who else do they really have besides Grady Jarrett and and AJ Terrell and Jesse Bates? All right. Then you've got the Buccaneers. I got them at 3-4, ceiling 7-10, 5-12. I don't trust Todd Bowles. We've seen how Todd Bowles coaches, and we've seen what Baker Mayfield has done. It just doesn't make sense to me that they would even be a contender for this division this year. And then, of course, I have us. I predicted 9-8, and then I ran through the schedule for you guys. So I just wanted to hop on here real quick, do a quick NFC prediction. Maybe I'll go live a little bit later on tonight. I'm going to talk more about the Carolina Panthers. But I just wanted to come on here and do something different, bring some NFC South predictions. I analyzed the whole Carolina Panthers 2023 season for you guys. I broke it down game by game. So again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. If you're, make sure you pound the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. But I will see you live later. I'll definitely be live later on tonight to discuss some more Carolina Panthers football. All right. So I appreciate everyone joining. As always, make sure you pound that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Boyd is asking some fantasy questions. I should start doing some more fantasy content. As the returning fantasy champ, and I'm used to that. Well, good for you. That's awesome. Do I take Jefferson or CMC number one? I mean, are you in depends on what kind of league you're in. Are you in PPR? Are you half PPR or are you just standard? That's my question, Boyd. Okay. PPR. See, for me, I went wide receiver first in my draft. But I didn't have the number 1 overall pick. See, I had the number 9 pick. And honestly, I would much rather in this year's drafts be mid to almost basically number 9 or 10, because I feel like you're going to be able to draft better that way. Because when it comes back around from 1, you're kind of in a sticky situation. I honestly, if I'm you, my first 3 picks is going to be, if I'm you, I'm going Jefferson. And then when it comes back around, I go running back. And then after that, I go quarterback. That would be my kind of strategy, because then you're able to kind of stack some things together. Like I could show you my draft, Boyd, but I go Jefferson. I think the wide receiver. I mean, running backs are going to go off the board quicker due to the fact that there's not as good as the wide receiver position, because I feel like in fantasy, the wide receiver position, you can find a lot of guys on the back end. So CMC wouldn't be bad at 1, but it would be hard for me to not go Jefferson. I don't know. I feel like Jefferson would be the smarter move, but that's just me. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off here. I'll be live later, so make sure you tune in later. I'll probably be live around 8, 9 o'clock. So make sure you tune in. So again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. And guys, if you are just getting in here and just tuning in, this will be posted on YouTube so you can go back and watch it. All right. So again, appreciate everyone joining, and have a good day, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.